You know what's funny? It's the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday, and I am like just fighting, desperately fighting the urge to want to go to the comic book store. Like the feeling of wanting to go is kicking my ass. Like I kind of just because I was at the I was at the store like last week, at the middle of last week on Wednesday, and on last weekend, but I kind of just want to go again. Like there's this whole other crop of stores on the other side of town that I kind of just want to go to, but man, that the feeling is just it is drop kicking me. You dig? I got the itch, baby. I got the itch. And another thing that's funny, now collectors of pretty much anything, but namely comic book collectors, they'll say, man, if I could go back in time, the 20, 30 years ago, man, it would be on and papping. You dig? But I'll tell you what, uh, if you put me, I would say maybe back 2.5 years, I'd be happy with that. To me, that is a testament to how much the collecting landscape has changed in just such a short amount of time. If you put me back to June of 2012, I'd be cool with that. You know, like since then, the amount of just key issues that have popped up just almost out of nowhere is fucking staggering. You know what I mean? Like back then, Batman Adventures number 12 was like what, like around a $30 book, and that was kind of pricey. New Mutants 98 was what, maybe around less than 100. And with the exception of like those key issues like Amazing Fantasy and stuff like that, Hulk number 1, with the exception of those key issues, everything else was pretty gettable, if you were on a budget, you know. But man, everything is just like everything is just exploded. I mean, those Guardians of the Galaxy, prime example, Guardians of the Galaxy, those the five first appearances of those characters that showed up in the movie. I mean, just insane prices right now. And back then, I remember buying those like 2.5 years ago. I remember buying those four appearance, like Gamora, Star Lord, Rocket Raccoon, and, well, with the exception of Drax, which was in Iron Man 55. I remember getting those three first appearances like dirt cheap. You know what I mean? Probably less than $7 a piece. So I mean, and you think about those first appearances of characters that are in the Suicide Squad movie. The amount of first appearances that are now have just become, those dollar books that have now just become like $30-$40 books in just 2.5 short years is just mind blowing. But yeah, that's me pontificating. I'm pretty sure I had some more points, but if they come to me during the video, I'll bring it up. Okay, I got quite a few books to get through, and you've been staring at this one for quite a bit, so let's get right to it. This is Why the Last Man, number 1. CGC Signature Series 9.6. This is really nice, man. Really nice. There's the nice little signature there by Brian K. Vaughan. Man, what really can you say about this? A relatively sought after book, definitely. And in this condition, it's Signature Series. It's not a 9.8, but hey, a 9.6 is pretty damn good. Signature Series, all that good stuff. Easily around a $300 book. Easily. In this, like this. Like, I just brain farted. But anyway, like around a $300 book, signature series, 9.6. Guess how much I paid for this? I paid $100 for this graded book. Like, you'd pay $100 just for a raw copy. You know what I mean? So, well, some people would. Maybe not you. Or maybe you already have it, you bought it cover price. Good for you then. But, yeah, $100 for this, for a nice graded copy like this, that is, to me, that is just a crazy price. I mean, there's still deals out there. Don't get it twisted. Speaking to what I said previously. But, yeah, this $100 for a 9.6 signature series. Okay, we gotta move on. We're gonna move on. Okay, pick these up by way of the intranets. What is this? We have Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3, number 8, J. Scott Campbell variant. These are awesome looking. I remember, I think it was like a month before these came out, and I was just like, wow, these are freaking dope. And I'm not really quite sure how these were distributed. I don't know if it was at a convention. I don't know if it was like a special website or anything like that. I don't know. But I got these off of eBay for, what is it? I want to say $44 for the pair. Like $44, $45 for the pair. You have the color variant and the sketch variant. So, and it's a nice little homage to the Black Cat's first appearance. And J. Scott Campbell cover. So, hell yeah. Actually, I have quite a few J. Scott Campbell covers in this video that I have set to show off in this video. So, yeah. Great looking covers, aren't they? Awesome. 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 So, there we go. All right. Where do we... Oh, what is this? Okay. Do you guys remember, however many videos back, I showed you all those... I showed you all those comics that I bought, that huge long box of comics that I bought for $60. Well, turns out this was in there. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Superman Family number 204, early Enchantress appearance. The Enchantress who will be in the Suicide Squad flick. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I had been searching for this book. This book is relatively hard to find right now. I had been to like a number of comic book stores prior to realizing that this book was in that box of books, and like it was always missing, like always. And this is around, I want to say in high grade, around I would say around a $15 to $20 book. So, and listen, I'm not the type to go lusting after comic book characters, after rendered figures, you know, not since I was 13 and porn was scarce, but yeah, that's they drew the Enchantress. That's a sexy bitch there. That's a bitch. But anyway, this is a like really nice high grade too, like at least a VF at least, and I found it in that box. I had been searching for this book for like 2 weeks, and like just something told me to, you know, look in that box and maybe it's in there, and sure as shit it was in there. So there you go. All right, okay, went to a store this week throughout, I think it was like Wednesday or something like that. Yeah, Wednesday. And happened to cross some books. Bookie books. But okay. It was this X-Men 205 J. Scott Campbell cover. This is I didn't even know that there was a variant. I think I was watching, I think it was maybe Tom Ryan's video. And I think he showed this book off, and I was just like, oh crap, I gotta get that, because I was searching like for the regular cover of 205. Also the first appearance of Hope Summers, but yeah, I was just like, oh crap, I guess another book I gotta go look for. All right, Fury of Firestorm number 3. This is basically the second series of Firestorm, and this isn't this is not the first appearance of Killer Frost. Don't get it twisted. But no, the first series, Volume 3, is the first appearance. So yeah, Okay. It was like $1. So what are you gonna do? Walking Dead number 67. I guess there's Robert Kirkman mentioned that this book that not this book, but there would be a gay character introduced on the Walking Dead TV series, and a lot of speculation is that it will be the character that showed up in this book. I keep doing that. Sorry about that. But a lot of speculation is that it's going to be the character named Aaron, who makes his first appearance in this book right here. So, yeah, got this for $15. Actually, I was surprised it was in there because there's like a lot of, on the message boards and all that kind of stuff, they keep talking about Walking Dead 67. So I was kind of surprised it was there. Like, I really wasn't going to go out of my way for it, but since it was there and it was $15, I'm like, okay, all right, why not? Ooh, okay, here we go. Found myself another copy of Justice Society this is All-Star Comics number 69, the part of the first appearance of the Huntress. I'd say this is in probably VF minus shape. It's really nice, I have to say. Like, where it's white, even on the back cover is white too, and that's like really just really nice shape. So I'd give this about a VF minus condition on this. So glad I found it. Got it for $12. All right, I was at this store last weekend, and I was unsure about it because I hadn't been there in more than 10 years. And it's I'd say about 40 minutes away, and it's kind of out of, it's just all out of the way. And I was really just fretting. I'm like, oh, please don't suck. Please don't suck. And you know what? It wasn't a bad place, and I'm glad I went because a lot of books that the guy had, actually all of his back issues were $1. Like all of them. And there were about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it was basically like a gaming store. You know what I mean? But he had comic books too, but all those back issues, they were like all on the floor in about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would say about maybe 10, 12, 13 long boxes, and I looked through every single one of them. I did not slouch on that shit. I looked through every single one of them, and I found some really good books. We're gonna start with this Sunfire and the Big Hero 6, number 1. Easily about a $20 book. So yeah, I was surprised a lot of these books were in here, honestly, like really surprised. And I found another Big Hero 6 books. Big Hero 6 book. Alpha Flight number 17. It's kind of debated as to what the actual first appearance of the Big Hero 6 is, but it really, honestly, like, have both of these. That's all I can say. So really surprised and happy to have found both of these in that box. Oh my god. X-Men number 15. This book is so tough to find because X-Men is such a shit title. Comic book sellers, comic book stores, they'll put X-Men in like the $1.50 bin, and since this is the first appearance of Onslaught, this book gets snatched up just so fast, and really surprised to have found it in there. Like, I never thought I honestly thought it would just take a really long time for me to find X-Men number 15 in like the dollar bin, but I did. But I'm such an impatient shit that online I saw a copy for $4 and I went ahead and bought it. So it's just like it kind of soiled finding this a little bit, So what are you gonna do? But I have 2 copies now, and it was under $5 for this one. So all right, okay. Now these books here. Now this is kind of like the case of the whole being greater than the sum of its parts. Avengers volume 2, numbers 19 through 22. This is the Ultron storyline. Like individually on eBay, these are like $2 books, but as a whole together, they're like the set will run you like $30, $30, and it's like kind of weird, you know. But I have all four of those in really nice high grade. Got those for $1, and I was at another store and I found Boop and Boop. So I have 2 copies of each. Yay for me. All right, let's reduce some of this size here. Yay for me. All right. Okay. Be on the lookout for this book. I can't stress this book enough. I cannot stress this book enough. I was really happy to find this, and you know what? And it was just no better time than now to talk about it since I found it. Spectre number 54. This is the first appearance of Michael Holt, who is Mr. Terrific of the Justice Society. He was a member of the Justice Society pre-New 52. I really don't know what he's doing now, but I just know he was a awesome, pardon the pun, he was a terrific character in the JSA. But this is his first appearance right here. He, I believe his wife and unborn child are killed in a car wreck, and he's basically contemplating suicide. And the Spectre comes to him and kind of talks him out of it, you know. So, but this is, to me, this is one of those characters that could easily end up on a TV show, could easily end up in a movie, just anything, you know. And I was reading this article online about how Ray Palmer's character in Arrow basically really should have been Michael Holt, you know, because I think isn't Ray Palmer's character, his wife died in a wreck and all that kind of stuff, and he's like this tech savvy genius, and like to me that fits what Michael Holt is more so than Ray Palmer, you know. So I would really just, I cannot stress this book enough. Spectre number 54. This is that type of book that you will see in the 50-cent bin, and 9 times out of 10, because this is so because this is a white cover, all of this is going to be really dirty. So I would try to, you know, spend maybe a couple bucks more, get a really high grade, nice white copy of Spectre 54. All right, so get this book. I, again, can't stress it enough. Get this book. All right, we're moving along. Green Lantern number 48. First appearance of Kyle Rayner. I realize it's a newsstand copy, and I guess it's a library book too. It's a library book, but I mean, this thing isn't like near mint shape, like flawless. You have the like, I really haven't seen a store like a date stamp on a relatively modern book in like ever. So that's kind of weird to me. Okay, now at this same store, the back issues were like $1, but the more recent issues were like 25% off cover price, and I just couldn't leave those there. Justice League number 1 from the New 52, and the 4th print. So, well, why not? Got those for a little less than cover price. I love this Ivan Reis or Ivan Rice cover. Couldn't leave those there. Okay, the book that spawned a billion statues, Batman Black and White, number 1 from 1996. Pardon me, from 1996. This basically kicks off the Batman Black and White craze, I guess. Nice Jim Lee cover too. I was really surprised to find this, because I never because I'm always in the Batman section of a comic book store, and I never see this book anywhere, like ever. Like this is like, in all the time that I've been collecting comics, like this is the first time I've ever come across this book. The time that I found this is the first time that I come across this book. So yeah, and it was $1. So I'm just like, shit, I'm not leaving it there for $1. All right. Alpha Flight number 33, first appearance. Here's another book that is just totally grossly undervalued. You can find this in any like dollar bin, 50-cent bin, like in any comic book store. First appearance of Lady Deathstrike. I know a lot of people I've showed this book off like maybe a couple years ago, and in other collectors they'll show this off in their videos. But again, this is another book I really can't stress enough. And to me, this is a nice little Wolverine origin story. I think after he escapes the Weapon X facility, after he's injected with the adamantium and given the claws and all that kind of stuff, he comes across the Vindicator and his wife Heather Hudson, and they basically kind of nurse him back to health, or just in kind of restore his sanity, and they kind of have like a little flashback to that story. So this to me is a nice little Wolverine flashback book. Okay, we're moving along. Went to another store that was kind of a bust that was in the area. It was kind of a bust, but I managed to get 2 copies of this. Now, I've been searching for this book, Marvel Age number 97. I've been searching for this book for at least, I want to say at least a year and a half. Like, this book is so freaking elusive. Every time you go into the Marvel Age section of a store, this is always missing. So, really happy to come across 2 copies, and got these for $1 as well. Got a lot of good books for $1, I do have to say. This is the first appearance. This is like the preview of Darkhawk, about a month before Darkhawk number 1. Now, on the low end, this book goes for like $5, and on the high end, when coupled with a copy of Darkhawk number 1, can go for around $20. All right, so prices really vary on this book, but I'm really just happy and relieved to get Marvel Age number 97. Actually, this book the cover looks better than Darkhawk number 1, in my opinion. And I loved like back in the day, like 1991 is when I started collecting started reading comics. And Darkhawk was one of those first heroes that I got into. I think I have like pretty much every copy of every issue of Darkhawk. So Darkhawk holds a special place in my heart. Okay. All right. Now, I was at the dealer friend of mine who hooks me up on a lot of real good issues. I was over his place, and he didn't have, too much in inventory that I hadn't seen already, but I hadn't seen this. This is Fantastic Four, number 25, and this book is really I've seen the cover before, but just kind of seemed, maybe a little out of reach, just because it's the Hulk in the Thing. You know what I mean? And I got this. This is a VG copy I bought for nice purple cover too. That purple and the red right there, and then the green. Love this cover. But anyway, this book in this condition can go for, I think, around $75. I talked him down to $50, so I'm really happy to get this for $50. A VG copy of number 25 for $50. All right, and if you look at a CGC graded copy, and you look at the info up on the upper right corner, like it'll say classic cover because it has the Hulk versus the Thing. Is this the second time that the Hulk and the Thing duke it out? Is that the second time? Is this the second time? I don't know. But it's definitely an early, Hulk versus Thing. Hulk versus Thing issue. And also, it has the second appearance of the Silver Age Captain America. So, Avengers number 4, and then Fantastic Four number 25. And it's also a nice little not a preview, but an ad for Daredevil number 1 is in this book too. So yeah, man, great cover. Great cover. I think this is my earliest Fantastic Four issue. All right, we're moving along. Okay, we got some hot book alerts. We have 2 hot book alerts. Okay, remember last week in the collection video, I showed you my 4 copies of Action Comics number 521. Well, this is the 5th copy right here that I have. Now, to me, this is more of the reader copy because there's like water stains like along the top, and when you open up the book, you'll see like the stains and stuff like that. So this is more of a reader copy, but this has become a hot book. Last weekend, it was announced that this character Vixen, which is her first appearance in this book, she is going to have her own. I don't know what the hell this is. Is it a cartoon on the CW, or is it a web series, a cartoon web series? I'm not sure what's going on, but it added to the profile of the character, and now the book has kind of, shot up in price by a lot, where I think it was maybe a week ago, this was like an easy, like an easy $20 book. Now in probably, I would say VF minus shape, this book is $35. Okay, so yeah, and it can only get, like I said, man, these key issues are just coming out of nowhere. Well, not really coming out of nowhere, but it's just like crazy. Okay, moving along. Another hot book alert. Black Panther. This is from 2005. This is a 2005 series, and this is number 2. Now, this is the first appearance of. Oh God, I forgot her name. I totally forgot her name already. I thought I would write it down, but I guess not. But anyway, this is the first appearance of Black Panther's sister. Now, there's a lot of, again, more speculation about who was the woman in the cave. It was like that kind of wide shot of the woman in the cave, and there's like, who is that woman? And I guess people are guessing that it's Black Panther's sister. And her first appearance is in Black Panther number 2. And I had this book when it first came out, and I had no clue what I did with it. So I had to, no sooner as I saw the news of it, I'm just like, oh crap. So I had to take my happy ass to the comic book store and try to hunt down a copy. I was really surprised that I came across this, because every other store that I looked for this at just didn't have it, so yeah, glad to have it. All right, Red Robin number 1. What is this? This is the from 2009. This is the J.G. Jones variant. Now, this book has been sitting at the store that I go to. This has been sitting there for years on top of years. All right. I don't know. I just figured, I'm not quite sure why I didn't buy it. I got this for $6. And I believe like maybe a year before they had it marked at $9. So I'm just like, yeah, okay. 9 versus 6. I'm fine with that. So, yeah, Red Robin number 1. Ooh, here's a cool book. And, okay, and on a good day on eBay, this book goes for around 20. So, not bad. Okay. Batman number 423. And another point I'd like to make about how the comic book landscape has changed that I forgot to make. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, this is like the 90s all over again. I disagree with that. I totally disagree with that, because back in the 90s, because I remember it like it was yesterday. Back in the 90s, people were latching on to things that were brand new. Okay, books that were sure to have like a million print run. People were buying those up thinking that they would be worth something someday, foolishly thinking that. And I was in on that too. I was doing it too. But the difference with the 90s and now is that people are going for older books. All right, people are going in the back issue bins and looking for older first appearances. All right, so to me, that's what the difference is between the '90s and now. Okay, we're moving along with Batman 423. This was $8. To me, this is in really nice shape. They had it marked at a good, and I'm just like, where? How is that even possible? I mean, there are a couple of little spine ticks, but overall, this book is in really, really nice condition. I'd give this at least about a fine plus, at least, and got it for $8. I remember, I see this book all the time, and sellers always want like a lot of money for it. I don't know why, but it is a nice Neil Adams cover. You know, Neil Adams art too. So, but okay, we're moving along. Swamp Thing Annual #2. Anytime that you can. Anytime that you have Swamp Thing, the Demon, Dead Man, and the Phantom Stranger on the cover, I think you have yourself a winner there. You know, the Justice League Dark prototype, or whatever you want to call it. Anytime that they're on the cover, just go ahead and get it. All right. I got this for, I think it was like $6, and I think it goes for that much. I don't know. Yeah, I just bought it to buy it. Okay, another J. Scott Campbell cover. I think the only reason why I bought this was because it was a J. Scott Campbell cover. Black Panther. I forget. This is from the 2009 series. This is #5. All right. Picked up for $6. Had to get it. The Marvel Comics Index. I've been buying these things up like crazy lately. This is the Doctor Strange cover, so got it for $6. You know, it sometimes it'll go for $20, sometimes it'll go for less. But actually, no, this was $5. This was $5. So for $5, why not? Okay, Civil War poster book. Got that for $6. It sometimes goes for like 11 or something like that, and I got it mainly because I love the cover, and this basically features all of the Civil War covers in poster form. All right, here we go with this book right here, Encyclopedia Deadpoolica. This is basically an index of Deadpool. You know, it kind of runs down the Deadpool issues up until like 98 or something like that. I got this for $26. I was really, really, really looking for it, so I was just like, okay, 26. All right, I'll pay that. And this book goes for like around 40. So, 26, 40, why not? I'll get it. Okay, another first appearance to be on the lookout for. All-Star Squadron #25. This is the first appearance of this guy right here, the Atom Smasher. He was a member of the Justice Society as well, along with Mr. Terrific in the pre-New 52. But he's called Nucleon, but he turns into the Atom Smasher, and his first appearance is in All-Star Squadron #25. I would definitely be on the lookout for this book, just because I got this for like $1. Wolverine 131. This is the recalled issue. Got that for $1. And last but not least, Miss Marvel #1. I had this book, sold it off. I hate selling books. So when I saw it for $1, I'm like, okay, let me get it. This is from 2006. So I'm not quite sure what it goes for. Maybe it goes for $5 or something like that. I don't know. But I'm glad to have this book. So that's my haul, and I'm sticking to it. So, this is going long enough. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.